when women and men take their clothes off, this happens. But when a motorcycle does the same thing, it becomes more fun, more affordable, and people like Ray can suddenly afford them.
Same engine from the R15 in international markets, like good-looking motorcycle MT-15, and now it is finally yours.
You know what? I think it's time that I got over with my obsession with the 125s. After all, I'm a grown-up now, and a 150 is what I need. In fact, a 150 is what I deserve. So, is the MT-15 the bike for me?
Ray,
Shumi? Yes! Please help me out, Shumi.
is it time for us to help you make another motorcycle decision?
Yes, I think it is.
For that, Ray, we need to hit the road. The reason for love at first sight, Ray, are the sharp lines and the LED headlamp which looks exactly like the MT-09. Makes the MT-15 look like a much larger bike.
Whoa, big bike? But I'm not used to riding motorcycles. Won't this be too overwhelming for me?
Oh, relax, Ray. I only said it looks like a bigger bike. When you swing a leg over it, as with many things, it looks large, but actually, it's nice and compact.
The steering is well weighted, like me, and the reaction to inputs is instantaneous, like yours. Even the slightest of inputs or a shift in weight is enough to tip the bike in. The suspension, which seemed a little soft for an R15, feels perfectly set up for the street on the MT-15. Even the pillion seat is tiny. In fact, your girlfriend's going to have to hug you quite tightly. You do have a girlfriend, right?
Girlfriend.
Because that 155cc engine packs a punch. There's adequate torque in the bottom end, but it's the mid-range at the top end where it feels the most potent. There is a VVA light on the digital display which flashes when you rev past 7,400, but that's nothing more than a reminder. The torque feels so linear that you won't notice the switch.
But if it's so exciting to ride, does it mean it won't be fuel efficient?
Yes, that's true. The MT-15 isn't as efficient as the other 150s, but you have to remember that this is no ordinary commuter. It's based on the R15, an absolute legend in the Indian automotive industry. It was the first 150 to make the ordinary commute feel special. And that's what helped it stand out in a crowd of Kitna Deti Hai. That was true for the first one, the version 2, the version 3, and now I think for the MT-15. And now that street fighters are all the rage, Ray, the MT-15 captures the mood.
I guess it does.
So, Ray, are you still confused about whether the MT-15 is the bike for you?
Well, I think it is.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
सर मुझे ना MT-15 खरीदनी है.
सर आप R15 वर्जन 3 लीजिए ना. सिर्फ 4000 और में फेयरिंग एंड R1 वाला डिजाइन. सर लड़कियों को भी स्पोर्ट्स बाइक पसंद है.
What he's saying makes a lot of sense. For a little bit more money, the R15 gives you much better quality, dual channel ABS, and that's important. And you're young enough to manage this committed riding position. This is a good idea. You should think about it, Ray.
But Shumi, why not save some money over the MT-15 and get an FZ25? I mean, it has more power, more torque, and it's a bigger bike. बड़ा है तो बेहतर है ना?
But Ray, the FZ25 is definitely one of the nicest commuters you can buy in India today. But it lacks that zing and fizz of the MT-15. It does have a lot of bottom end torque, so it's a far better commuter. But in temperament, it's more sedate and sober. It's more my age than yours. You should buy what appeals to you in sensation and connection, not performance numbers and value for money.
Okay then, I should get the R15.
Why, Ray?
Because it's the least confusing when compared to the other bikes.
That's a great reason to buy a motorcycle. It's the least confusing.
I mean, if you had to pick a bike, which one would you pick?
The R15, for sure.
You would?
Yes, it's 3 kilos heavier than the MT-15, 4,000 rupees more, but it's a brilliant performance motorcycle, dual channel ABS. That would definitely be my pick. My second choice would be the FZ25. Lots of torque, it's a sweet motorcycle, you'll have a good time. And that unfortunately means the MT-15 is third on my list.
But what about my list? Shumi? Shumi? Shumi!